This is a video tutorial on how to make a plant-based university's table banner. Before you start making a banner, please refer to this video and the written instructions document. You will need a yellow piece of fabric which is 2 meters long. The fabric will most likely be 1.5 meters in width as the standard fabric size. The shorter edges of your fabric will have what is called a raw edge, which looks like this. You will need to hem the fabric on the 2 sides with the raw edge to make sure it doesn't fray. If you don't have a sewing machine or don't know how to use one, you can reach out to your coordinator to ask for help. Fold the fabric twice, making sure it's even the entire length of fabric. You can use sewing pins to secure the hem like this. You'll use a straight stitch all the way up the length of the fabric. This is how your edge should look like at the end. Make sure to backstitch on the beginning and the end of the fabric to secure the stitches. When you have your edges hemmed, lay down your piece of fabric flat on the ground and make sure there are no folds on it. You will use the stencils of the letters that you can find in the instructions document. If you are making more than one banner, it's worth putting in extra effort and making sturdy stencils out of cardboard or plastic. You'll start stenciling the words up from the bottom, beginning with the words climate crisis. Using a ruler or a similar tool, you'll use the bottom of the fabric to measure out an even gap from the bottom of the letters to the edge. You'll lay down all the letters, spacing them evenly, leaving a gap between the words, and making sure the edges of the first and the last letter are evenly spaced from the edges. This might take a while, but making sure that the spacing is even makes sure that the banner will look professional at the end of the process. Once you are done spacing the letters and you're happy with the result, using a pencil, you'll start putting down the shapes of the letters. Once you are done with the bottom line, you can move on to the second line from the bottom, spelling and the. You'll fold the fabric, lining the edge of it with the top of the letters in the previous line you just stenciled. Make sure the fabric is even on the entire length, and then you can repeat the process of spacing out the letters. Again, use the ruler to leave a gap between the bottom of the letters and the edge of the fabric. You will continue with stenciling the words from the bottom up. Every time, make sure your fabric is flat, the edge you are measuring from is even, and the letters are spaced evenly. When you have one banner already made, the process of stenciling becomes easier. Lay both of the pieces of fabric on top of each other with the ready banner on the bottom. Still using the cardboard stencils, you can line them up with the words on the banner on the bottom, avoiding all the measuring you had to do before. When you are done with the stencils, you will prepare your fabric for the painting. I'm using a wall with a layer of plastic as a protection, but you can use the floor. Make sure to have a layer of newspapers, old plastic banners, or any other protective surface before painting. This is the paint you will use. The brand Permaset in color jet black for the bottom of the banner and mid green for the top. While painting, make sure not to use too much paint, using only as much as you need to lay down the color. Make sure the edges are straight and clean. You will paint the top 2 lines in green and 2 bottom lines in black. Do not touch your banner before it dries completely. This is how your finished banner should look like. To seal in the paint and have a waterproof banner, you need to iron it before use.